You're watching Update 2 on Cyclone Lam, which is a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm on the verge of reaching hurricane status. Its air pressure is 978 millibars, its position 11.3 degrees south, 138.3 degrees east. The storm's expected to move towards the west and then curve towards the south into the northern part of the Northern Territories of Australia, making landfall potentially as a Category 2 storm on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology are predicting a Category 4 landfall on the Australian scale. And after landfall, the storm will move inland towards the southwest and eventually dissipate in around 4 days. So the landfall intensity is probably going to be somewhere around 100 miles per hour, could be higher, could even indeed be lower, but that's not looking particularly likely at this time. A strong landfall in any case is on the cards here. Cyclone warnings in effect from the island of Groote Eylandt to east of Goulburn Island, and cyclone watches in effect for Port Roper all the way to Croker Island, and all points in between under watches or warnings at this time. And they could extend even further towards the south or towards the west, depending on where exactly the storm heads, perhaps even as far as Darwin. But heavy rainfall, strong winds likely for that northeastern tip of the top end. Looking at the sea surface temperatures, very warm indeed, around 30 degrees Celsius at this time. That will continue all the way up until landfall, so certainly conducive for any further development of this storm. And wind shear, if we can get onto the wind shear map, is looking very conducive as well, very low amounts towards the south of the storm. And decreasing too, and towards the southwest as well, where the storm's headed. Low amounts of wind shear here and also decreasing too, so interesting to see what will happen in the next 24 hours in particular. The water vapour imagery shows how it's a very moist environment around the storm. Invest 98p off towards the east as well over the Coral Sea. That may also become a tropical storm in the next few hours. Looking at the latest satellite imagery, the floater imagery here, you can see how the storm's been progressing. You can just about make out the coastline of Australia with the pink outline there, and the storm is expected to move towards the west. It is gradually moving towards the west at the moment. You can see it more clearly here in terms of how it's affecting land areas. You can see a spiral band or two affecting the warning areas already, delivering heavy rain here and there, extending towards the west as well. And that will continue over the next few hours. Conditions will continue to deteriorate in that area. As of February 17th at 2 PM UTC, we have a few systems active. Of course, Lam is the main thing going on. 98p will probably take the headlines as well very soon. And two other invests, 91S and 90S, in the southern Indian Ocean, not likely to develop at this time. So we've seen 10 tropical storms form so far in 2015. 5 of those have become Category 1 hurricane, or their equivalent around the world, with winds of 74 miles per hour plus. And 3 of those have become Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour or higher. It's been a fairly intense start to 2015, 2 storms becoming Category 5s, and this one will probably not get that far, but may become a major cyclone. Stay tuned on that. You can visit Force 13 on any of its outlets. The website, force13.com, is always the main place to stay up to date on all the goings on around the world storm-wise. Of course, the video page will keep you up to date too. Search Force 13 on YouTube. Same too for the social platforms, Facebook and Twitter, at Force 13 on Twitter for the latest updates. You can also speak to me personally on Skype, add Fool13 on there for tropical weather chat, and you can also join the chat room on there as well, which we've set up with fellow storm trackers. That's all for now. The next update will follow in 12 hours time.